Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be going over this horrendous new Redbubble update. You may have already seen pretty much every print-on-demand YouTuber talking about this already, but this past week on the 19th, everyone who has a Redbubble shop got this horrendous email. Basically, as you can see here on the screen, talking about how Redbubble is now introducing a new tier structure for our artist accounts, basically our Redbubble shops, including an account fee for the lowest level of the tier system. And I always think it's a little bit funny how companies will say things like, we understand that this is a big change for the artist community, so we want to be transparent and clear about what's happening. Because if they really cared about their artist community, they wouldn't be doing this at all. I suppose I can kind of understand that maybe they're trying to do something in order to combat the massive waves of AI-generated art that's been flooding Redbubble as well as pretty much every platform anywhere on the internet at this point. And I'm guessing that's what they mean by who invest time creating and promoting unique products. But from where I'm standing, it doesn't seem like the most logical thing to do, because it kind of comes across as them lining their own pockets at the expense of those who haven't met the very unclear guidelines of what separates a Redbubble standard account from a premium or pro account, and would unbelievably discourage people who are just starting out, whether they're just uploading AI generated stuff or not. I mean, some of the AI generated stuff is pretty impressive, I have to admit. Even as an artist myself, I do find it kind of threatening. It almost seems like you're nixing the years and time and immense amount of practice that went into being able to produce artwork of any sort of caliber. But at least I can somewhat console myself that a lot of the AI generated stuff isn't quite up there just yet, but I guess we'll have to see how it all plays out. And of course, there is no choice in this, and if you want to continue earning money on Redbubble, you just kind of have to suck it up. Fortunately for me, my main Redbubble account, my Lady Lilac account, was classified as a Redbubble Premium, the middle tier. So fortunately, so happy, this particular shop is not subject to the Redbubble standard account fees, which are unbelievably high. But if you go into your Redbubble account and click on the account tiers and fees tab, it has a little new button next to it. It will take you to this page. At the very top, it will tell you what tier your account is in, and then it also has this breakdown right here of all the quote-unquote benefits that come along with each tier. As you can see, Redbubble Standard, it's pretty basic. You make your Redbubble shop, you get access to all their customers, you control your pricing. Apparently there's customer service. Global printing and shipping by fulfillers, which is the basicness of the model. It's funny how they're including it here. Inclusion in marketing programs, which they did already, email support. And then after that little cutoff is where you get the section that's available to premium Redbubble shops, which is including email newsletter with tailored tips and insights. Okay, I never found those particularly helpful. Advance notice of sales dates, I guess that's helpful. Opportunities to create licensed fan art. That's something of a kicker there. How you aren't even allowed to submit your art to be considered for the fan art program if you're not in the premium tier. Makes me sort of wonder if one of the main reasons why this main account here was put into the premium section is because I am technically a licensed fan artist. I got the badge and everything because one of my designs was approved to be part of one of the fan art programs, though of course I also regularly upload and favor other creators' artworks and things like that. But anyways, continuing on the list, we have advanced notification of product launches. That is pretty helpful. Account fees not applied. No kidding. A dedicated account manager. Now this one has a little star next to it. I'm assuming that means coming in the future because I'm not entirely sure what this even means. My best guess would be that an employee of Redbubble, would, keep tabs on your account to see how everything is going. Not sure if that would be such a good thing or a bad thing, because the whole idea of being self-employed is that you get to set the rules and things like that, but I guess not when you have to rely on a third party. And the only difference between premium and pro tiers here are more feature opportunities, whatever that means, increased marketing and PR opportunity, very vague and undefined, advanced customer and marketplace insights, so I guess they'll give you some behind-the-scenes statistics beyond what we already get, fast-tracked licensed fan art approvals. I suppose that could be helpful. I mean, my own took many months for it to either be approved or rejected. And the final one, increased support for content and IP-related issues, which sounds like they're just going to be policing you more strictly than the others. Great. So there's the quick breakdown of the differences between the standard, premium, and pro tiers here on Redbubble. And if you'll notice, I've been saying this main account. I actually do have a secondary Redbubble shop that I made a ways back. I put a few more niche-specific designs up on that one. It has made a few sales periodically, but nothing compared to this main account here, and my gut feeling was correct. When I went and checked my secondary account that I'm not very active on, that doesn't make a ton of sales, that one is stuck in Redbubble standard. So if you think I don't understand your pain, you would be wrong. I very much do. And they have these handy little links here to look at how the standard fees really ding you. So if we go through this article, it has the whole breakdown here. And then in this bottom section, it has a new account fee for Redbubble standard accounts breakdown. The way they explain it is kind of interesting. The basic idea is that they're going to charge you a flat fee depending on how many sales you make, how much money you've earned during that calendar month. I mean, at least they're not going to charge you a fee if you're not making any sales. That was kind of what drew me to Redbubble in the first place. The fact that it's risk-free to me up front. I can just upload things, see if they work, and if they do, great, and if they don't, oh well. I'm not out hundreds of dollars or anything. I love how they try and explain it away here. The introduction of an account fee will enable us to invest in the service, support, platform features, and tools we provide for different artist tiers, plus improved support for your customers and more marketing opportunities. This is all very vague jargon that doesn't really give you any concrete ideas. I don't think the people writing this had any idea what these so-called more marketing opportunities would even look like. I suppose the one upside to all of this is that you do have the opportunity for a standard account to be reevaluated and become premium or pro. And then they have this calming picture of sea kitties at the top here to explain the crummy account fee thing. Oh, and this all takes effect, at least with the fees, starting on May 1st. Aren't we lucky? So in just about a week or two here, that's going to take effect. And then they have all of these examples here, and they break down all the math so nicely, don't they? And if we look at this first example here, let's say you earned $15.50 in May. Then you will be charged $6.15 as an account fee. Your earnings for May are $15.50 minus $6.15 equaled $9.35. And if you just do a little bit of basic math, you find that Redbubble is taking almost 40% of what you've made. 40! And that's before you're even taxed by the government. After which you'll probably have not much at all left. It's absolutely horrendous. I can't possibly fathom why Redbubble would think this was a good idea, that it would do anything but get their artists to not want to work with them anymore. They even have this lovely fee table where they show you how much they are going to take from you. And as we scroll down, of course, it gets progressively worse and worse. Apparently, the set fee just drastically increases with each increase in earnings. The only point at which the fee stops is if you've made $500 or more in the month, then they're only going to charge you $92, which is approaching a fifth of your earnings. But as far as I am aware, it's not that many people on the platform that make $500 or more in any given month. Besides, the people that are making that much are probably in the premium or more likely the pro category, so they wouldn't be charged a fee at all. It's a lot more likely that these fees are going to be charged on people making between 0 up here and probably up to about maybe 50 or so. They're going to be charging that very high, very significant amount in a fee. I love how they call it a flat fee, but it's a graduated fee, so it doesn't really feel like a flat fee. Really just seems like a massive percentage. Because it's fun, you can go ahead and do the math for any of these. For example, if we go to, say, for example, you earned $20 in the month, right? That's pretty realistic. You would divide $9.20 by $20, and there, instead of being charged almost 40%, you're charged 46%. 46! That's almost 50%. It probably even gets there if you keep going through this. And it doesn't particularly help that Redbubble recently has introduced products like all the pet bowls and the pet bandanas and blankets and whatnot, but then sometimes they'll backpedal, and without even notifying their sellers, they'll just make a specific product unavailable for whatever reason. Their communication has been a little bit lacking lately. I mean, I am overall grateful for the website and service that they provide, but this most recent move does not seem to be in the best interest of anyone except Redbubble. And usually when companies start behaving in this manner where they penalize the people earning the money for them, it's usually not a very good sign. Often, desperate moves like this only make the situation for the company worse and end up hastening its downfall. Now, having said that, I sincerely hope that that is not where this is going with Redbubble. I've always been kind of, I suppose, assuming that Redbubble is going to be here for the foreseeable future. When I first started uploading things on the platform, I never quite imagined that the company itself could one day get in such financial straits that they'd do something like this and or eventually go out of business or disappear entirely. All in all, if you wanted to keep reading through this article, they have lots of details about how this all works. I'm pretty sure no one is particularly happy about this most recent development. I know around the time, especially that this article, that this news came out, let's say, that a number of people were reporting that their shops were suspended. So it seems like Redbubble has been doing some housekeeping, shall we say. I always recommend trying to reach out to Redbubble to see if you can appeal the suspension. Sometimes it works, sometimes not. It just kind of seems like Redbubble's been up to a lot these days. Even if we take the whole sell on TeePublic thing into context with these new account tiers and fees, it seems like they're really trying to improve their revenue at the moment instead of cutting back on expenses or spending more wisely. Hopefully my conjectures are false and Redbubble isn't in dire straits, even if the recent actions would seem to indicate otherwise. This has basically been my hot take on the whole situation. I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments. I know some people are just up and calling it quits after this latest stunt, and honestly, I am not sure. I can't really say that I would blame them. If this main account, the one that I've spent so much time on and effort on, hadn't classified as standard, I would be beside myself. It's one thing for my secondary account, which I haven't devoted a whole lot of time to be classified as standard. But if this one had been, man, I do not know what I would have done, honestly. At least they do give the opportunity for standard accounts to move up to premium and out of the fee zone. So I personally will not be canceling my Redbubble account or anything. Is that something any of you guys have been considering because of this most recent development? I don't think that I myself would do that, but knock on wood, hopefully there are no further future developments that would make me have to consider such an option. Anyways, I hope you found my take on this whole situation helpful in some way, and until the next video, happy designing.